Let's bow in for class. Today we're looking at passing half guard using the two main control points, head control using a crossface and the underhook. We'll be looking at different variations you can use when your foot gets stuck, like knee sliding to the other side and rolling back attacks, plus some counters you can use when your opponent starts getting the upper hand. So first off, I like to take underhooks as more of a reaction to when it becomes available rather than taking action to get one. Anyone that's good will keep their elbow tight. This is from top half guard specifically, not all positions. I find it much easier to grab the head with a cross face from half guard, rather than fighting hard to get an underhook. I also prefer passing this way using what I call the hip turn pass. We need to grab a solid grip on the head so your partner can't turn their body into you. In no-gi, you want your middle finger in the armpit, and in gi, grab the shoulder material. Pull your partner closer to you with your shoulders secured on their chin. Half guard passing should be thought of in two steps. First, you work to get your knee free, and then you work to get your foot free. For the hip turn, we want to sit our butt back as far as possible, which helps free your knee and provides base like a kickstand if your partner tries to roll you. Once your knee is free, you can now start using your shin and grip on the pants as a wedge to free your foot. If you initially sit back with your hips too close, not far out like I told you, you will be rolled over and swept easily. This is because you have no base and your partner's hips are powerful being under yours. If you sit far back like I told you, your partner's attempt to roll you will be easily countered by mounting them. This is because to get a powerful bridge or push off the mat, your partner has to let go of your leg and place it on the mat, freeing your leg in the process. Their hips also can't generate enough power being so far away. You can also just keep your butterfly hook up to prevent them from coming up. If you sit back and can't get your knee free and hips far out, don't worry. You can't get rolled as their legs are so high they basically immobilize themselves. Crawl your foot closer to their butt so your knee points to the sky with your foot under your knee as much as possible. It's easy to pull the leg down when you make your leg a straight line rather than a ramp. If you free your knee but can't get your foot out, the knee slide is often available instead. People are less careful and aware of the underhook when they're already being passed. It's very easy to get from here. We're going to get more into the knee slide right after this quick introduction. For those of you that are new to the channel, my name is Jordan. I'm a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt. I make educational Jiu-Jitsu videos with my wife Nikki. We aim to make BJJ easy to learn and try to do things outside of the box and different from what's out there. So consider joining our community by subscribing if you haven't already. So to get your knee free, you need to use a wedge, and my preferred way of doing that is to use my hand. I'm going to push down on the knee as I bring my hips up, and then changing my angle and sliding out as I lift up on the arm, backing up my hips and going to side control. You can also use the instep of your other foot as a wedge and do the same thing. It's important we back our hips up to maintain control as we secure side control. We don't want to slide out too far. That'll give our partner space and make it possible for them to re-guard by bringing their bottom knee in and establishing closed guard or re-establishing half guard. We want to slide out just enough to get our foot free. If you go for the knee slide and your foot gets stuck, you can use your other foot to pry your other leg out. It should be a fast and deliberate push, but not like you're kicking your partner and hurting them. If we can't get our foot out, another option is to bring our knee to the other side. From here, we have lots of options. We can go to mount by placing the instep of our foot on top and bring our feet underneath. Notice how I take double underhooks when I do this? This helps a lot, but I wouldn't say it's essential. If you can't get that second underhook, you can still go for it, but it'll definitely help and give you other options as well, like going for the knee slide on the other side. We take our underhook and then we bring our knee to the other side, sliding through and establishing side control. This one works really good, but a lot of people don't even know it's available. Rolling back attacks are my all-time favorite technique. If you follow the channel, you'll see me hit them from absolutely everywhere. This position, the 3/4 mount or quarter guard, depending on how you look at it, is the easiest way to learn it from, and it's highly effective. We want to hook our toes on the shin, step back, and drop your shoulder as close to the hips as possible. You can grab the foot to control as well as emphasize the shoulder placement. If you can't reach the foot, your shoulder isn't close enough to the hips. If done right, you don't have to worry about using momentum, it's all angle. Let's look at addressing the knee shield. The knee shield makes it hard to grab the head, grab an underhook, or to put your weight on your partner. What I like to do is place my hand on the mat and hover over my partner and work towards flattening them on their back and trapping their leg above their knee to negate their frames. Another effective way to deal with the knee shield is the arm weave pass. You want to grab the material or cup the bottom leg and drop your shoulder weight onto the legs, compressing them together. Grab the collar so they can't make space, slide your knee through, creating an angle, and flatten them out, switching from a collar grip to more of a cross face. My favorite way to deal with half guard butterfly is to work my hips closer to their butt, flattening their butt onto the mat, grabbing the pants or legs so they can't follow my leg as I backstep. Another great finish is to force the knee down as you step over to mount. One of these two options should always be available, as it's hard for people to defend both simultaneously. Let's look at countering the underhook. You don't want people to get underhooks because they can take your back and sweep you. The underhook is a risk when your partner is on their side, especially when they're on their elbow. We want to posture them back down by pressing on their head with our forearm. Keeping them down allows us to circle in our own underhook. Having their head controlled and your own underhook makes it easy to choose between the knee slide and the hip turn, as you have grips for both already. You can also counter by doing a back step and basically doing a hip turn but going to the other side. The same principles apply, like controlling the head, getting your butt back as far as possible, and using your leg to pry out your trapped leg. You can also get a rolling back attack from here, as the positions are pretty similar, and once you get good at rolling back attacks, you can basically get them from anywhere. You can also get a knee bar by backstepping. Here I go for a knee bar, but it's the same entrance for heel hooks and toe holds and entering dominant leg lock positions like the honey hole. Let's finish off with dealing with the lockdown. I like to slap the mat with the side of my foot, freeing my leg of the grip, then changing my angle right away to the hip turn. From the hip turn, they don't have the angle to lock you down, which is another big advantage of the hip turn pass. Alright guys, thanks for sticking around to the end of the video. I really appreciate it if you made it this far. Please leave a comment or fist bump if you did. All the positive feedback has been surreal and really puts a smile on our faces, as well as motivates us to make more videos. If there's a topic or video you'd like us to do, just let us know and we'll put it on the list.